Good evening, everyone. Today we'll continue from where we stopped from our last video on issue of shares. So in our last class, we treated a question that has a simple calculation. So but today we'll be looking at another complex question, and it is an examination question. So the question is on the board. Abidap Nigeria Limited issued 300,000 shares of 1 naira each at a price of 2 naira per share, payable as follows. Allotment. Application 25 kobo. Allotment is 1 naira 25 kobo. First call is 30 kobo. Final call is 20 kobo. So by the time you sum all the prices together, it will give you 2 naira per share. So it follows the same rule. So what is the first step in this question? This question is based on oversubscription. So let's look at the first step we need to compute before moving forward. So for the first question, shares received is what? 450,000 shares. Shares issued is what? 300,000. So that gives us a surplus of what? 150,000. After the 150,000, 100,000 shares were refunded back to the applicant, while the balance 50 should be transferred to what? Allotment account, based on the question. So what is the first account we have to prepare? It follows the same rules I've explained in my last video. The first account is what? Application account. So it will look like this: application account. So under the application account, what do you need first? Yeah, ordinary share capital. Do you get it now? Ordinary share capital. How many shares were issued? 300,000 shares were issued. At what price? Application price is 25 kobo. 300,000 times 0.25. So this gives us 75,000. Ordinary shares was 75,000. The next thing, then we are told the bank received 450 shares. 450 shares times 25 kobo times 0.25. So this will give us 112,500. And out of this, we are told the bank refunded 100,000 shares. 100,000 shares times 25 kobo. That will give us 25,000 naira. Then allotment. The balance should be transferred to allotment. This is the balance, 50,000. 50,000 shares times 25 kobo. So that will give us 12,500. So by the time you sum this together, that will give you 112,500. 112,500. So this is all for what? Application account. The next thing is to move straight to where? Allotment account. For my allotment account, so this is my debit, this is my credit. So allotment, look at allotment here, 12,500. I will transfer it here. It's coming from where? Application account. Do you get it? Now, for my allotment, the value of ordinary share. My ordinary share is what? Let's look at the ordinary share value. Now, there's a premium here. The premium on this is 25 kobo. Sorry, the premium on this is 1 naira. While the shares were issued at what? 25 kobo. So 25 kobo on this will go to ordinary share capital, while 1 naira will go to share premium account. So 300,000 shares times 25 kobo. So this will give us 75,000 naira. Do you see it now? Then premium. Premium is 1 naira. 1 naira times 300,000. That will give us 300,000. Do you see it now? This will give us 375,000. Then bank. So to get the bank, 375,000 minus 12,500. 375,000 minus 12,500. This will give us 362,500. So by you sum it back, it will give you 375,000 naira. Do you see it? That is all for allotment account. quickly, let's go to the next account, which is what the first call. So the first call will look like this. The first call account. Now, ordinary share capital, 30 kobo. 300,000 times 30 kobo. 300,000 times 30 kobo. That will give us 90,000. You see it now. 90,000 shares were issued. Then let's see, do we have calls in arrears? The 300 shares that were issued, did all the applicants pay for the shares? Let's find out. Now, applications were received for 450,000 shares. Of these, 100,000 shares were rejected, and the money repaid to the applicant. The remainder were allotted pro rata on 6-for-7 basis, and the surplus money was carried forward to allotment account. The calls were duly made, and the sum received, except a order of 1,000 shares, paid the final call money along with the first call money, and the order of 2,000 shares failed to pay either call. Here now, out of these 300,000 shares, 2,000 shares were not paid. So I will come to this side. I will say the 300,000 shares minus 2,000. So that means here I have arrears. I have my bank. Now the bank received 299,800 shares times 30 kobo. So the bank received 89,940. This is what the bank received. So the balance will not be what? Arrears. So the balance is arrears, so which is 2,000 times 0.3. So that will give us 600. So let's look at it again. 2,000 shares times 0.3, 600. So 600 minus 90,000. So the bank received 89,400. Sorry, 89,400. So this is what the bank received. Do you see it now? So for the next step, we go to the final call. So the final call will look like this. Final call account. There is a debit, and this is what? The credit. Let's go back to the question again. Final call, 300,000 shares were issued at 20 kobo. That will give us 300,000 times 0.2. So ordinary share will be what? 60,000 naira. Now, out of it, let's look. Do you have any other thing again? We are here. The calls were duly made, and the sum received, except that a order of 1,000 shares, pay the final call money. Now, this final call here, there's advance here of 1,000 shares. That means this 1,000 shares were received before the due date. So we have calls in advance. Oh yeah, 1,000 times 0.2. 1,000 shares times 0.2. So that gives us 200 naira. This is advance. Then we have calls in arrears. Calls in arrears of 2,000. 2,000 times 0.2. That gives us what? 400. Do you get it now? Then the bank. How many units did the bank receive? Oh yeah, the bank will now be 60,000 minus 200 minus 400. That will be 60,000 minus 600. So the bank received 59,400. So this was the value that was paid into bank. So this is 60,000. This is 60,000. You see it now. Now we are done with the next thing. So what next again? Let's open our calls in arrears account. Calls in arrears account. Oh yeah, the calls in arrears, we have one here, 600. It's coming from where? First call. We have one here again, 400. It's coming from where? Final call. You get it now? So what's the next thing? Then I said, after formalities have been concluded, these shares we are forfeited. So since the shares are forfeited, I will transfer them to where? Forfeited. 1,000 naira. 1,000 naira. Do you see it now? I will have stopped here, but let's read further if the shares were reissued, forfeited. So the next one, so this will now give me 1,000. So the next one now will now be what? Let's go to the next account, which is the ordinary share. Okay, let's do cost in advance. Cost in advance. So this is debit and this is what? Credit. Look at it, cost in advance. I'll bring it at 200. It's coming from where? Final call. It's going to where? Bank. 200. Case closed. So the next thing is what? Ordinary share capital account now. Ordinary share account. Now, anywhere I see my ordinary share capital account, I'll bring that to the corresponding side, which is the credit side. There is this ordinary share, 75,000. I will transfer it to this side. It's coming from where? Application. Then there's ordinary share allotment, 75,000. Then we have the first call. The first call, 90,000. The final call, ordinary share, 60,000. Now, at this point, we have forfeited shares. So here, I'll call this one forfeited shares. For this forfeited share, what will I do? I have to be very careful at this point. I will go back to the question. How many shares we have forfeited? What is the unit? Look at it, 2,000 shares. Fail to pay either cost. So these shares that are forfeited will be calculated based on the price given here, stated that the nominal price, not the selling price, not the market price. It's going to be what? 1 naira. So I will transfer 2,000 times 1 naira. That will give me 2,000 shares. Do you get it now? Now the next thing, let's go back to the question again. We are done with the account. Let's see if there's an issue. Now, the shares we are after formality have been concluded. These shares we are declared forfeited, but we are reissued to another applicant on the payment of what? 75 kobo. So that will not take me to. I will open forfeiture account again. Do you see it now? I will open forfeiture account. Now, let's go back from here now. Forfeiture account is on this side. I'll bring it to this side, which is what? 1,000 naira. It's coming from where? Arrears. Here, there is forfeiture account. I'll bring it to this side. It's coming from where? Ordinary share capital account. So the difference between two of them, I'll call it reissue. Reissue, which is what? 1,000. So this will give us 2,000. This will give us 2,000. Do you see it now? Then that will now take me to the reissued account now. Let's quickly go to reissue account. So reissue account will now look like this. So this is my debit and this is my what? Credit. So my reissue account is on what side? Is on the debit side. I will transfer it to this side. Do you see it? It's coming from where? Forfeiture. Then this side, I will bring in ordinary share capital of what? 2,000 naira. So what I will do is that I will come back to this side. Here, I will call here reissue 2,000. So this share that was forfeited there, we are later reissued. So nothing will change here. It will be in and out. So I'll come to this side. Bank. Now the shares we are reissued at what price? Excuse me. We are reissued at what? 0.75. So that will now give me 2,000 shares times 0.75. So that will give me 1,500. You can see 1,500 bank. So this is 2,500. So you can see the difference between this, we call it a premium. premium of what? 500. So 2,500. So that ends the account. So the last account I will prepare now is what? The bank account. Let's quickly run through the bank account. The bank account will look like this. This is my debit and this is my what? Credit. Anywhere I see the bank, I will post the corresponding side.